Hi everybody, my name's Rob and welcome back to another episode of Man of the Forest. And today we're going to be playing with fire again, and I'm going to pit fire some clay creations, but I'm going to do it in a different way. So this is part 2. So here's my fire pit made out of a lorry wheel. Thank you, Gareth. And I have a few things which I'm about to show you. Here we are, a few things made out of my own clay that I made in this field from the ground from the orchard. So if you saw my first pottery adventure, that was all about making clay, and this is that clay. So let's go through what we've got. I've got a replica Neolithic polished axe, which is beautiful, and I'm probably gonna glaze this so it's nice and shiny. But first I need to give it its first firing, pit fire it, bisque fire it. So that is no longer clay. If I was to put that in water, it would dissolve back into clay. Once you've bisque fired it, it will remain clay. Ceramic. So I've been practicing a bit of modelling, so I've made this kind of skull. Can't tell you what human species is. With a thick brow like that, it's not a modern human. It's a ghost species, shall we say. Part Neanderthal maybe. And I've got a very simple mushroom. Yeah, I don't know why I made it, but it felt like it. And I've done another figurine, a little kind of Venus figurine. Ooh, look at that little bosom. Yeah, and a kind of bull's head, or is it a goat? Is it half goat, half bull? I mean, it's pretty naff, really. I was just messing around. I just wanted to make something. I didn't know what I wanted to make. So, oh, the other thing is that's solid. All these things are solid, except the skull, which when it was soft, I screwed a screw into the base and screwed it in a little bit, pulled it out, screwed it in a bit more, pulled it out. So I've got a nice hollow going up the centre of that. So let's hope they survive. Right, I'm going to do these in a slightly different way this time. I'm going to get a fire going like I did last time, get it nice and hot. I'm going to warm these things up slowly next to the fire. I'm going to put this down, which I did use last time, just a bit of metal, and then I'm going to put this, which I have used before for melting lead. I did a video on that, which I'm going to do again, but better. Now I can make a proper clay mould. And I put that over the top, and then build the fire around it, and just hope that well, I'm gonna have to get the fire pretty hot, I think, because the previous things I made, although they're pretty cool, they're kind of like charred a bit from the charcoal, and I'm just gonna try doing it in like a little oven. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get a fire going. Gonna get a nice hot fire going first, so I can warm up these items. Right, fire's ready to go. Small stuff on first. Lay it all the same way so it doesn't bridge. Best way to start a fire. And then I've got a load of logs I've just cut up. I'm gonna have to cut a bit more though, I think, because I need to get the fire hot first. Dry these things, get them nice and warm, and then we're gonna let it go down to ashes, not ashes, embers. Put the metal plates on. Little rest for all these things to go on, and get them nice and close, and then get that over them, and then build the fire up around it. There we go, that's the plan. Right, here we go. Okay, it's warming up. So now I'm going to whack the grill on. Get smoked out. Okay, I'm going to get the grill nice and hot, and the next thing to do is chuck on some chicken wings and some mushrooms, because you can't have a fire and not cook on it, can you? Hey. Right, and if you're cooking food on a fire, you may as well have a drink to go with it. and tonight I'm going to be drinking a cider by my friends Blue Barrel Cider, who make cider over in Cambridgeshire. If you're into cider, check them out. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. This is actually Black Dabinet 6.5. It's a big bottle. It's not what it says on the label. I've used an old label because this is a special gift to me. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. Let's crack it open and see what it's like. Well, as you can see, it's got a nice fizz to it. Look at that. It gushed out a little bit, but that's probably because it's been in my van, and my van is quite warm, so it could be cooler, to be fair. But look at that, lovely fizz to it. Nice conditioning, guys. Let's have a little sip. Had to move the chicken because the flames are going a bit high. Anyway, let's try this cider. It's pretty hot. Ooh, yeah, fruity, mellow, not super tannic. I mean, there's tannins in there, but I mean the conditioning is lovely. That's pretty good. Nice tipple. Recommend. Get in there. And if you're wondering if I'm going to eat all these chicken wings, no, I'm going to save some for tomorrow. Right, while that's finishing off, I've got this handy pan. I think it's a barbecue pan for like kind of cooking vegetables in on a barbecue. I'm just going to warm them. I don't want any thermal shock, you see. I don't want to get too hot too quick and crack. So I'm just going to warm them up. Perhaps do something like a couple of bricks maybe to raise them off the heat a bit. Might do that. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to move them around a bit. Turn them so they don't get too hot on one side. And just, yeah, warm them up. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll update you on the next step. Okay, food's off the barbie. I've got rid of the brick and I'm just going to let that heat up a bit more while my food cools down. Look at that plateful. Pretty hungry. Yeah, I'm going to flip these over a couple of times. They're warming up nicely. Going to get the grid off and then, yeah, next stage. And I'll show you that. Okay, let's do this. Let's take that off the heat for a sec. Right, what I'm going to do is going to put the embers in kind of a ring around the outside. I spread them fairly evenly. Still pretty hot, which is what I want. Right, I'm going to try and clear them to the circumference of the tin, and thereabouts. And then I'm going to put my metal plates in there. Now my only concern is they're all going to turn black like the inside of the mug. If you saw my last video about pottery. Ow, ow, ow. Hot, hot. Just gonna metal plates there and there. Right, now I'm going to put the things on. My tripod doesn't go any higher, so right, I've got to place these in such a way that the metal can goes over the top. Oh, that's nice and hot. That's my hot axe. In the middle, my cow bull's head. Now they are going to be touching. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. I would like to have them not touching, but that's the best I could do. So now I'll get the tin, put that over. Oh yeah, that's sitting nice and flush pretty much. That's not bad. Right, just going to pause here. I'm going to get some little sticks, put them round, stuff that I had on to start the fire. A few more. And these should catch fire of their own accord, really, because there's enough heat in there. So I guess I want it to still heat up fairly slowly. Oosh. Blow on it a bit. Ooh. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Right, you know what? I'm just going to put some more wood around it. I think it'll be alright. I don't know if you can see, but I did chop up a load more wood here. Bits of oak, hazel, applewood. Oh, it's making my eyes out. Okay, so that's how we're looking. I'll get that going, and then I'm gonna just keep piling the wood on, and I'm just gonna keep getting it hotter and hotter until I run out of wood. Okay, see you on the next clip. It's really hot today. By the way, these mushrooms are delicious. I'm not sure if I've ever done baby sweet corn on a fire. Big sweet corn. It's pretty good. Can't beat that on a barbecue. Still got a bit of crunch. And chicken wings, probably the best part of the animal, I reckon. Tasty. I mean, obviously you can marinate them, but I like them au naturel as well. Yummy. Okay, it's been a few minutes. I've eaten a load of chicken wings and my mushrooms and my sweet corn. I'll save those, I think those 4. And the fire is now going. So I'm really hoping this works. I mean, I guess if it doesn't bisque fire them properly, there's not enough heat getting into the can, then I guess I can just do it the way I did it before in my last video. So now that's going, I'm just gonna start grabbing some sticks and putting them in and try and get that fire higher. I guess what I'm going to do is try and cover the whole thing. And I've got plenty of wood here. Some of this stuff's pretty spongy, but should be okay. This is applewood, hazel, oak, Try and spread it around evenly. Get this fire burning. Catch a fire. I think that'll do for now. One for luck. Ooh, roll to the top. Maybe a couple of these flattish bits. That will keep the heat in, hopefully. Okay, there we go. Let that get burning. So while that's going, just thought I'd show you this mug that I did last time. It was, the handle wasn't sealed properly anyway, and it broke, but that's okay. But it had this upside down in the pit fire without using a tin or anything to cover it all, and yeah, it did go completely black inside. Now if that skull goes black, that's pretty cool. If the axe goes black, that's fine. That's the sound of ceramic. I mean, this was just an experiment, but you can see how it's discoloured, so yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it looks okay. It was a very naff cup anyway, to be honest. Just like I say, an experiment. And here's the little pears and apples that I made. You've got to flick things in there when you're making pottery. Little stick man. All experiments. So yeah, quite pleased it worked. And oh, and by the way, if you saw the last video, I put a piece of this, the broken handle, and one of the apples in some water. And like I said earlier, if they dissolve to clay, I haven't actually taken these out at all, then it's not bisque fired. It's not worked properly. But as you can see, and by the way, when I dropped them in, they just fizzed. All the air came out as the water sort of ingressed into it. But oh, okay, that's crumbling a bit, but it hasn't dissolved to clay. Oh. I'm now doubting whether it's worked. I mean, it's pretty solid still. Still sounds. I mean, it's full of water, so maybe it softened it. That handle wasn't great, to be honest. Okay, but it's not like it. Yeah, I think yeah, it has worked. But yeah, that handle, I think it's just because, you know, it's brittle, you can break it, but they all the things sounded ceramic, so yeah, I don't think that's still just clay. Speaking of clay, here's my next batch in these two bags. I think I took it out the pillowcase a bit too soon, because it is still pretty soft. Actually, it's not too bad. Now this will need some temper adding to it. That one's softer there. Really squish that one in. But my first batch, I've nearly used it all. There's only a little bit left. So this lot will keep me going. There's a fair old good 10 kilos there, maybe getting on for. This bag's a good 5 or 6 kilos. So yeah, making my own clay. Fire's getting hot. The proof's in the pudding anyway, so I'm just going to keep on adding wood, get this fire really hot and keep it going for as long as I can, as long as the wood lasts, and then I'm just going to leave it to cool down slowly. I'm not going to touch it at all this time. I'm going to go back home, sleep, and then tomorrow I've got I'm going on a tile making course. So yeah, all things pottery at the minute. So I guess this is it for now. The next clip you'll see, unless I think of anything else to bore you with, is going to be taking the can off and seeing if the items have survived and see if what they look like. I'll see you then. See you tomorrow. Last update. Look how hot that is. That is hot. Okay, this really is the last update for this evening. But that there, that's the tin. It's glowing red hot. So the heat, I can only assume, will be emanating to the inside. It's not quite so red hot on this side at the moment, but it has been. And I'm like, you know, a good 2 foot away, my hand holding the phone, and it is like super hot. Let's hope it works, guys. Fingers crossed. If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. I'll love you forever. See you in the morning. Morning, guys. Right. Time to go and have a look and see if my things have survived the firing. Let's go and have a look.
After releasing her.
Okay. We've arrived. Let's go and have a look. Here we are. Oh, still a little bit of heat there. Right, I think what we're going to do is just scrape it away from the edge of the pot. Well, I was in the can. Tiny bit of heat, but it's pretty much cold. Okay. That's quite... Ooh, that's hot still. It's hotter on this side. It could be it's not just from the sun, that, because the sun is shining on it. Right. Moment of truth. What they're going to look like. Wow, they've all gone black. Everything looks intact. Oh no, oh, there's a couple of cracks. I can see cracks. They're not too hot to touch. Okay, let's get the things out. Oh, it's still quite hot. Wow, look at this. It's turned black. It's a little mushroom. I thought this might happen. Let's have a look at the bull's head. That's hot still. There's a couple of little... Come on, focus. It's easy to see it or not. There's a crack going round here over the top. And the skull. There's a little crack going round top of his head. But I mean, they're not major cracks. Come on, focus. The black's not coming off on my fingers. That's cool. Well, I've not done the flick test on these yet. There's my little Venus. I said Venus. And then, I mean, that's the axe. I mean, there's a crack. Oh, that's the biggest crack of the lot, I think. So there's a crack going like this. It does go onto this side a little bit. maybe they got heated up too quickly. I mean, they're all pretty dry. They've been in the dash of my vehicle for a while. Right, it's hard to do this with one hand. Look at the shadow of that bull. That looks cool. Yeah. You can hear that. Sounds ceramic. And that's got a lovely ring to it. I think it's fair to say it's worked. And there's, like I say, there's no black coming off of my hands, or not really anyway. Cool. I'm super chuffed with that. Little figurine, Black Goddess. I'm super pleased. They have come out really well. I thought they might go black, but I wasn't sure. That is mega. That is awesome. And like I say, I was planning on perhaps glazing this, but you know what, I might have to make another one. I mean, the crack in it is come on, camera. Well, there we go. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video. I've certainly enjoyed making it. It was a cool, fun evening, a fun little project, and yeah, we'll see what I make next time. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this, and see you on the next one.